what is this podcast about? It probably would help if you don't chew into the mic.
My name is Libby.
My name is Luke.
In this new episode.
Season.
This new season.
And we are going to be focusing completely on weddings.
We are, in fact, the Wedding Pirates.
There's no other podcast like this. I've looked. I've checked.
And we have a cat. Her name is Stella.
We want to share all the secrets when it comes to weddings.
The one where we talk. Wedding edition.
Why don't you do the intro?
Hello, and welcome back to the one where we talk, Wedding Edition, where we talk about all things weddings so we can help you if you are getting married or someone you may know might really enjoy this podcast if they are preparing to have a wedding. So, if there's something you want to know, reach out to us, ask a question, and we'd be happy to answer it. Today, we will be talking about speeches. And so this one isn't necessarily for the bride and groom, but for maid of honor, any bridesmaids that will be giving speeches.
Well, if you are a bride or groom listening to this and and maybe you don't have to give a speech. You know, most of the time bride and groom just give a thank you speech, but maybe you need to take this into account when selecting your best man and maid of honor. Maybe either choose your people according to their speech skills, or perhaps give them some pointers and set some ground rules.
Or send them this podcast. And you can also set boundaries and say, hey, if you can't do this for me, then I don't want you giving a speech. Because maid of honor, like, people don't, just because you're maid of honor is maid of honor doesn't mean that she has to give a speech.
Right. It's just tradition. You can break tradition.
Yeah.
There's,
tradition.
I think the most recent speech trend of, speech trends happen. You know, people sing songs. That was trending for a while. Mm-hmm. People do dances, wedding roasts. I'm glad that didn't last very long. That is a no-no. Don't roast the bride and groom. I don't care what kind of relationship you have.
Toast. Don't roast.
Yeah, toast, don't roast. Just don't. But my recent most favorite trend is for, usually it's the best man or the maid of honor, or the dads have also been doing it. It's like, so I don't know how to give a speech, so I paid $10 for someone to write the speech for me online, and he's like, dear insert name here, I
tell a funny story.
or the speech evolves around, so I looked up how to give a speech, and this is what they said. Compliment the bride and groom. You're very pretty. Number 2, sing a song. I'm just kidding.
Or it's like the groom, the best man will be like, so I met blank 20 years ago. And then it goes, and then he says the groom's name. I can't read your handwriting.
Yeah, that's you. Yeah, he is an amazing person. Yeah, I can't read that. So there are appropriate jokes. There are funny trends that happen. But I think there are some ground rules to lay for a speech. I would say 5 minutes.
Or less.
5 minutes or less, please. I don't care. And this is the biggest pet peeve that I get. When I show up to a wedding and I get set up to film a speech and the dad comes up, he said, I was given a 5-minute limit, but you know what? I'm the dad. I'm like, oh, fuck. Because, like, dude,
that's just like a perfect example of how family just feels like they can treat their own kin.
Yeah, and then you want to, and you, no. And like, well, he is the dad. Yeah, he is the dad, but if you can see,
just because he's a dad does not serve. He doesn't get any rights just because he's the dad.
And also. He's a parent, yes. But at the same time, it's not so much that, like, yeah, we get hit on the dad. You want proof? Look at the bride and groom that are behind him. I can show you shot after shot of bride and grooms rolling their eyes and the bride just being annoyed. Mm-hmm. Like, she deliberately asked, like, she probably had one rule. She gave her dad one job. 5-minute speech, keep it sweet and short. If you have something to say to me personally, then say it to me. Yeah. And show me that you love me. Yeah. So you give the dad one job, and what happens is he says, no, I'm going to talk for 20 minutes. Real thing, dads talk for 20 minutes. Secondly, if you're going to give a toast, and a lot of times what can create a 20-minute speech is nervousness.
Mm-hmm.
Out of that nervousness, people will either
Just
just
like
wing
ramble
it.
on.
They'll ramble on. So always write down your speech, or at least have an outline and stick to your outline. Secondly, don't get plastered before
Yeah.
your speech.
Yeah.
Because then you will, if you did write everything down, you were nervous, you're not going to stick to it because you can't read.
Take a shot or two, maybe 3, but don't get plastered.
Yeah. This is a responsibility.
Yeah.
This is a memory that is going to stick in their heads. And
Right.
you don't even know if you're going to be in contact with this bride and groom for the next 5 years. You don't know where life is going to bring you. You might move away. But if you're going to leave them with this memory of you, do it right.
Yeah.
So,
one way that you can also make sure that your speech is also 5 minutes or smaller, or smaller, 5 minutes or lower,
Shorter.
5 minutes or shorter. There you go. 5 minutes or shorter is to practice and practice some more. You want to record your speech. Make sure you're not saying like every other third word. That you're not saying all the time.
we do that all the time.
Just did it. Yeah. So
No inside
make sure
jokes is the other
yeah.
thing,
So
too.
another tip would be like no inside jokes because nobody else is gonna get that, and then the bride or groom are probably whoever you're giving the speech about is probably gonna either giggle or laugh. But like it's just awkward to see like that exchange between the best man or the groom or the maid of honor and the bride, because it's like nobody else gets that joke. It's not funny.
Right.
Okay, what was the point of that? Like nobody. I don't even like being amongst a bunch of friends and 2 people are in the room and they say an inside joke and then not let me in on the joke. I don't like that. That's
Nobody likes that. Inside jokes mentioned
exclusivity.
in a group of people is never okay. Not to mention when you put a mic in your hand
Yeah.
and now you're going to share the inside joke with a group of 150 to
We
300
understand
people.
you guys have a special bond. That he picked you for a reason to be your best man. Get the fuck over yourself. You don't need to tell an inside joke. Say something that's funny, but it doesn't have to be an inside joke.
Yeah. Whenever somebody's nervous about their speech and they're like, I'm not sure if I like it or not, I ask them, are you focusing on the bride and groom? Are you complimenting them both? Are you excited for their future? Share one 30-second story about your friendship. It doesn't have to be, we met, blah, 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 blah. No, share a story about, when we were kids. I can't believe you made it all the way here to marry this beautiful bride, because when we were kids, we did this crazy thing and that was so much fun, and I can't believe you've made it here, and I can't believe you've ended up with the woman of your dreams since that we were awkward middle schoolers together, and here you are, man. Congrats. Like that right there, that is
Or like when we were 5 years
there's a-
old, we wrote down like things that we wanted in a husband someday.
Yeah.
And here's the list or something
Yeah.
like that. And those are really cute things.
Yeah,
'cause
those
they
are-
pertain
that is
to
so easy.
marriage.
That's such an easy template,
Their
and
wedding
you
day.
can stick to it so easily. Second thing to not do, a third thing. I don't know. We're just listing off things, so just take notes. Something also that is a pet peeve is when most of the time it's either a guy or a girl, best man or bride or maid of honor makes this mistake in they release their frustrations that the transition of being a best friend to now best friend has a boyfriend or girlfriend. And they talk about their struggle during that time. Don't talk about your struggles during that time. Your best friend got married. This is the happiest day of their life. They found the woman or man of their dreams. Get over it.
Yeah.
If you,
You don't need to talk about how you don't know how you're going to survive from this day forward
Yeah.
because they're married and you're not, and your life sucks and theirs isn't.
don't talk about like, yeah, it was really hard for me when you started dating. I didn't really like her and she was over all the time. Like, stop that. Or at the very end, like, well, you're this is usually a maid of honor thing. When you say, I'm so excited to continue to hang out with you. Just so you know, we're still hanging out. You're also marrying me. No, don't do that. Groom's best man too. I've never heard it from a best man. I'm sure it's happened. Don't do that.
Yeah.
They're actually not marrying you. They're actually just marrying that person.
So a good rule of thumb for this is talk about the couple, not you.
Yeah. Don't talk about yourself.
Yeah.
Talk about, like I said, that one fun memory that you had together, and then move on and talk about how excited you are for their future and look at where they are now. And I can't believe we've made it this far. Like that's our speeches were really good. We took a gamble actually at our wedding. We had an open floor.
Open speeches, yeah.
Yeah.
But not too many people came up. I think we had best man, maid of honor, another bridesmaid, my mom, your
My
mom,
mom.
my dad, and maybe one of my brothers.
My best man, yeah. Oh yeah, we already said that. But all those were really good. I remember your dad's was very short and sweet, straight to the point. He said, I love you guys. You guys are going to do great.
I remember they were all really sweet.
Yeah.
Very,
My mom's
very
too.
thoughtful.
My mom's was very sweet, and your mom's was very sweet. My best man's was very short and sweet. Yeah,
I wish
I think-
had them filmed so I
Yeah.
could remember them and go back and listen to them.
yeah, we didn't have the money for that.
Should have just hit record on my iPhone. Or did I
You
have an iPhone?
didn't have an iPhone.
I didn't have an iPhone. You're poor sons of bitches.
Well, I don't even think we carried our phones on that day.
No, we didn't have our phones on the wedding.
I had an iPod Touch.
That's like one of my biggest pet peeves too. Is like when the bride and groom are like on their phones on their wedding day. Get off your phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give
just,
someone else your phone so they can take pictures.
you have
of
no
your
reason to
wedding.
be on your phone on your wedding day. Just get rid of it.
Yeah.
And then well, here's something that I imagine what happens at the end of the day, because we didn't have this because we didn't have. I think I had an iPod Touch. I think you may have had an iPod Touch, but you were locked out of it. I don't know, but I know that Instagram wasn't very serious for us because it wasn't our job. But I like to think that in this day and age, if a bride and groom shuts off their phone on their wedding day, shut off your phone on your wedding day, you need to rely on your bridal party. That is their job to keep you where you need to be, and your wedding coordinator as well. Shut off your phone on your wedding day. When you get to the end of your wedding day, and perhaps you consummate your marriage on that night, who knows? But if you don't choose to do that, that's fine. Or maybe you already have. I don't know. I would like to think that at the end of the night, you turn on your phone, they turn on their phones, and then they see all of the tags, all of the things, their entire day, all the Instagram stories and the photos they were tagged in by their friends and their family, and they get to relive a small portion of their day with everybody that tagged them, their vendors, their friends, their family, the venue. Like, you just... And on top of that, you get text messages of videos and pictures, and there's just so much to look at. And it's just, I imagine it's so fun because that day goes by so fast.
Yeah, it does.
So, and knowing that you have to wait 60 to 90 days for your photo product and 10 days for your photo
Well, hopefully
sneak
not
peek.
a sneak peek. Yeah, a sneak peek should be within like
10 days. So knowing that you're waiting for the professionals to process your product, and that little bit of just crazy amount of notifications coming to you at the end of your wedding day, I imagine that must be nice. That just must be, because again, the day was probably stressful and quick and fast and happy and sad. And it was probably all blur and you're maybe a little tipsy. But even if you wake up the next morning and you turn on your phone and you get all those notifications, I just imagine that being nice.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know how we went down, but we're talking about speeches.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. Just
Some people, if you also have the question of whether you should be writing down your speech on paper or writing down your speech on your phone, that's preference. It doesn't matter.
I mean, it looks better on paper. It looks more professional, not as like, I don't know. It just looks nicer and less like.
A lot of times, if you're concerned about how you're going to look on camera for it, using paper is going to turn out better because that's going to diffuse
Or like a little
light.
notebook or something.
Yeah, that's going to diffuse light versus projecting a really harsh light onto your face.
Yeah.
So if you want the expert's opinion, we would choose paper.
Yeah, like a little notebook or something that's a bit stiff, so that way you're not like fumbling with just a like regular piece of paper.
Right.
Or like something that's like a card stock or something thicker,
Right.
so it's like you can just hold it up. And on one piece of paper too, like try if it's a notebook, then you can flip the pages back and forth, or like a really thick card stock that's a bit larger. That way, yeah. Also don't hold your glass when you're taking a toast, doing a speech, because sometimes it spills. you're not really paying attention to it. So sometimes it's like tipping while you're talking.
Yeah, that's happened.
And you get alcohol on the floor. And make sure at the end that you toast a couple.
Yep, always toast a couple. Always be happy for them. We've had some awkward speeches.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That
I remember this one speech where this maid of honor or best man was like, "We all know," he said in this speech, he was like, "We all know that you should have been the one marrying me." He's talking to the bride.
yeah,
And it
that
was the bride's the
super
bride the best man was the groom's brother. And we were all like,
Oop.
"What the heck is
Yeah, and she was
going-"
acting really awkward.
She was like,
yeah.
definitely very uncomfortable.
It was.
then,
They
and then-
did it. They totally did it.
They
totally
Who knows? I don't want to make any assumptions or anything. Anyways, and then this other wedding, the best man was so nervous, didn't know, he didn't write down a speech at all,
Oh my
and
word!
he's
that
talked
guy.
for 15 minutes
No,
straight, and
24 minutes.
he rambled on and on and on, and I would look around the room looking. I took maybe like pictures of the first minute of the speech, and then I was done. I was like, I'm not gonna keep taking pictures of this guy's speech.
I had
But
to
for
keep
Luke,
filming
he had to
it.
keep filming. Yeah. And about like the 10-minute mark, him and I were like giggling because it was just so embarrassing. And I was looking around the room, and all the guests were like not paying attention. They were playing with the candlesticks, playing with the fire, playing with their food, just making inside jokes about the
Some of
speech
them were
being so
sneaking
long.
off to the bar.
Yeah, some of them were like sneaking away. It was just like a really bad speech.
It
And,
was
and
bad.
all he told, and the only thing that he talked about really was his relationship with the groom.
Yep.
He never
Nothing-
like made a toast. He never said he was happy for the couple. He was just like,
He
"You and
was-
I, bro, we've had such a good time together." Oh, and then this story, and then he'd be like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah," and then this one time we were just like chilling, and
Yeah, it was bad.
it was terrible. It
I
was
ran into
really,
that with
really
the
bad.
dad's speech as well, where he talked for a full 20 minutes, and it was slow. I love her. It's great. I would like to reference this song. Read lyrics for a minute. Solid 60 seconds. It was
Oh,
painful.
gosh.
It was so painful.
Yeah.
And I only say it's painful because I listen. So you give a speech, it's 20 minutes, okay?
Mhm.
I have to re-listen to that speech. On average, I listen to a speech 5 times.
Yeah.
On average. Sometimes it's more,
So you
depending
can
on
get
it.
the good parts out.
So, yeah, so
put
I
it
can get the
in.
good parts out. But that means if someone talks for 20 minutes,
Yeah. That's
I'm-
like 120 minutes that you're not wasting, but you're putting towards dissecting this speech. So 100,
Right.
if you're listening to this 20-minute speech 5 times, that's 120 minutes. That's 2 hours.
that's
Of just-
additional time you have to wait for your product.
Yeah.
So if
Make sure
you
your speeches are shorter.
if you
so
really
that
want
you
to
can get your product sooner.
make sure
Cut them
that
off.
maybe even send this then maybe that's even better. If you do have a best man and maid of honor who know how to give a speech and maybe they're really good with this and you're not worried about them, send this to your parents.
Yeah, there you go. Send this podcast to your parents or
well-
anybody that might be giving a speech at your wedding.
They're probably
Send
gonna
us
be pretty
part.
pissed at us, but it's okay. I'm pretty.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. You're right. I mean, at the end of the day, I've had dads say like, "Yeah, I paid for this." Like, okay, all right, well, you're welcome. I don't. What do you want me to say to that? You paid for this. I mean, it's kind of your job.
That's called manipulation, and I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, it's. You just end up in situations where people want to make a wedding day about them, and ultimately, what that comes down to is it's jealousy or worry. You just want to worry about it just to worry about it. You want to control, and people are going to do bad people are going to do everything they can to use that jealousy to control a situation.
Right.
We've seen it in everybody. We've seen it in photographers. We've seen it in videographers, all the vendors, and we've seen it in guests. We've seen it in bridesmaids and groomsmen and parents, and it just happens. And it's really sad because this day is about the bride and groom, and that's what the speech should be about. Keep it about the bride and groom.
Yeah.
It's their day. I'm sure you're an amazing parent. I'm sure you're an amazing father, an amazing mother, an amazing cousin, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about them.
If you want to hear how many people really want to hear about how amazing of a father you were, then hold a seminar during the reception. Say, hey, come listen to how amazing of a parent I was for this 20-minute speech. See if anybody comes.
Yeah.
I'm sure maybe your wife or your husband will come because, you know, if they're a good wife or husband, they'll want to support you. Or maybe they'll just tell you the truth. Nobody wants to listen to this.
Yeah, because it's not your day.
It's not your day.
And think about it this way.
Seminar.
If you're talking 20 minutes straight for a speech, your video highlight is on average 3 to 7 minutes, depending on the day. There's a lot of things that can impact that. And the number one thing that impacts the length of that is speeches. And if you have 2 20-minute speeches, that is more time you have to wait.
We've been over this.
Yeah, I'm just saying that.
Wait, you're already saying
I'm
that
reading.
word. Yeah.
Oh,
You're being redundant.
I'm redundant. Okay. It's
I
just
love you.
part of the industry. I do the same thing again, but I do it differently.
Again and again and again and again.
But
and
differently.
again. Like, I can't listen to Luke edit because it's literally hearing. Oh my gosh. So I was like so happy and honored that this bride asked me to be her maid of honor. Oh my gosh. I was like so honored that this bride asked me to be her maid of honor.
It's one of the things.
Oh my gosh.
It's one of the things that
I'm
I
so
just get
honored.
used to is listening to the same speech over and over again. It doesn't bother
And
me.
then I say, Luke, put your headphones in. And
Yeah.
then he does.
I only edit without headphones when there are no people in the room because I know that listening to the same track over and over and
Especially
over
when
and
you're
over
not
and over
editing it.
again.
Like, if you're editing it, you know you're doing it for a reason.
Yeah.
But when you're not editing it, you're like, when will this torture end?
Yeah. It's like editing a reel.
It's like that Chinese drip torture.
Yeah.
It's like the drip,
Just over and over
Drip.
and over again.
drip. Yeah.
But anyway, we are out of time. We hope this was helpful.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to offend anybody, but we do take our jobs very seriously, and we are pirates. So
We plunder.
come at us.
I don't know. What do we plunder?
We're experts. We're professionals. We know what we're doing. So we feel like we can actually just voice we've done this hundreds of times. So if you have any questions about your wedding or how you should give a speech, we want to help you. We
Yes.
don't want to
Judge you.
So if you don't want to be judged, ask for help.
Yes.
Anyway, if you have any other questions related to your wedding, you can message us at Broadside Visuals
Or
on
if your best
Instagram.
friend's getting married, if you're the maid of honor and you know how, if you want to best have her best interest in mind for her wedding day and how you can be the best maid of honor.
Yep,
can
you
do
can
a
message us
podcast. We
if
can
you have
do a
any
podcast
questions
about that.
pertaining to weddings. You could message us at Broadside Visuals on Instagram. You could visit broadsidevisuals.com to get a visual of our brand and find out who we are, how we got started, and all those things. Be sure to rate this podcast. This is the one where we talk.
We should do a podcast on how to be the best supportive bridal party you can possibly be.
That sounds great.
'Kay.
That is an episode to come.
Okay. And have a wonderful day.